Dog Soldiers is a 2002 released action horror directed by Neil Marshall.
That's right, it is. And it's about a group of soldiers who are on a training exercise in the Scottish Highlands. And, well, basically they are attacked by werewolves.
Yeah, just give it completely away.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, we have to because they take up most of the film, don't they, really?
Yes, that's it. And then they hole up in a farmhouse and have to defend themselves from these ravenous beasts. And that's it. The plot is pretty simple.
I think it would have been better had you started with, at the beginning of the film, this young couple, one being a writer, as is always in horror films, they're spending the night, having a romantic night away, out in the wilderness. They go to bed, they have a bit of, how's your father? And then the zip, he's starting to pull her zip down. At the same time, the zip of the tent comes down and blood everywhere. That would have been a better intro. Anyway, that would have been more kind of secretive. What was the thing that killed them, ripped them apart? Oh, here we go, werewolves. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, that's fine. It's not. It's one of those films. It's not. It's a kind of. I suppose this is a B movie.
Yeah.
It's British, for a start. It's not American.
No.
So we're in good old British territory.
Well, they're in Scotland, actually. So.
Well, Britain.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But for how much longer, who knows?
Well, this is true. This is true indeed, yeah. But what I mean by that is it's our territory.
Yeah.
Where was I going with that? I know where I was going with that, actually. Yeah, no. In fact, I can do my thing.
Well, your thing. Do your thing.
My thing. So I tell you, this is why this film is kind of why I really like Alien 3. Which also, obviously caused a little bit of controversy. A lot of people don't like it. That's possibly not the reason I like it. But I really like it because it's got a British cast.
Yeah, yeah.
And I really like that whole kind of... I suppose it's because, you like what you know. And, I think Britain has some really great character actors, for this kind of thing. And B, they're always very funny. I suppose you get their humour. We are sarcastic here. We have a kind of humour in this country that they do in Alien 3 and they do in this film as well. And I think that's why I really enjoy this film over some of the other stuff that comes out of it. Obviously, America churn this kind of stuff out all the time. With Aliens, and which I was never the biggest fan of. I know, controversy. I think with. So the problem I have with a lot of those American films is that whole kind of, it's the Marines, and they're also like, beating their chest and also tough and everything. But over here, I guess they're kind of doing that as well.
They talk about football a lot.
They talk about football a lot, yeah. I don't know, there's a kind of, I suppose, a cynicism and a sarcasm to them that possibly the Americans don't do, that I like, that I don't really like when the Americans do it. And you have, this film has some great actors in there. I mean, you've got Sean Pertwee. It was always amazing. Obviously, he was the son of John Pertwee, one of the Doctor Who's, and a great British actor himself. And he turned up in films like Event Horizon, which is very good in too. I don't know, he's always good. He's really good, actually. In this film, there's a particular moment where he tells this wonderful story about one of his, an ex-soldier who was in his platoon, group, whatever they call them. I don't know. But it's just a very kind of poignant story, and he does it really well. He's a good actor, and he's believable. And then you've also got Kevin
McKidd, most famous probably for Trainspotting.
Trainspotting, indeed. And he's in there, and he is Scottish, so he's kind of in the right accent for where they are.
Although it's actually filmed in Luxembourg.
All right, okay.
But,
okay, take away the dream. Then you got Liam Cunningham, who's another great British actor. I think he's done quite a few American films, probably.
He has. I mean, at the moment, he's most famous for being Davos Seaworth in Game of Thrones.
Okay, right. I wouldn't know that.
No.
So that's fine. But he's someone who's cropped up a lot over the years and different things. And then you've got obviously the rest of the soldiers. They're all people you might recognise, probably from TV, a lot over here and things like that. But it's really well done. So it's Neil Marshall's first film, who's now just about to release.
He's done the sort of Hellboy reboot, if that's what you want to call it, which I don't know, looks all right to me. but we shall see.
Okay, yeah. So obviously this was his first film that he ever made, and then he went on to do the Descent and Centurion and Doomsday. That's like the Mad Max one.
It is,
Scotland.
yeah. Have you ever seen that?
No, I haven't seen Doomsday.
Sean Pertwee's in that as well.
Oh, okay.
And he dies horribly.
Thanks.
Well, he's a bit like Sean Bean.
He does, isn't he?
Invariably, he'll die in some horrible way in most of his roles.
I don't think he died in that surfboard movie he made many moons ago.
No.
Was it Juice?
Blue Juice.
Blue Juice. I don't think he dies a horrible, violent,
I don't get eaten by a shark or anything.
Or maybe. I don't think they have sharks in Cornwall.
I don't know.
Well, they do, but I don't think it's that kind of film.
No,
it's more of a summer movie, party on the beach, no straws involved. Yeah. So anyway, but no. So it's a good fun film. This you probably all know it. It's quite a cultish film, I suppose, but it's got some great stuff in there. And what I really like about it, because I'm actually, I'm a big fan of werewolf movies.
Yeah, me too.
American Werewolf is a classic film. The Howling is a classic film. But sometimes in a lot of those old werewolf movies, they never quite get the werewolf looking great.
No.
I mean, American Werewolf is obviously a great film. And you never really see the werewolf, but when you do, it always looks a bit crap on screen. There's the scene when they're in Piccadilly and you just see it like run or roll across the street, and you're like, huh?
Yeah, I mean the transformation is absolutely phenomenal.
That's phenomenal.
But the actual werewolf, it's just a fluffy dog, really, isn't it? It looks
it looks a bit kind of. It looks quite robotic. It looks quite straight and I suppose mechanical.
I mean, I prefer the sort of humanoid wolves.
The human ones.
I mean, I think one of my favourites is the one in the Thriller video. Once he's fully transformed.
Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it?
That, again, that was done by Rob Bottin, who did American Werewolf, and I think that looks great.
But I did like though, because in The Howling, when there's a scene. I haven't seen that for years, but there's a scene in an office when they're out at that retreat.
Yeah.
And you see that kind of the wolf creature, and he's standing on his two hind legs, which is actually quite similar, I think, to the ones in Dog Soldiers.
Yeah.
But the ones in Dog Soldiers are great. There is a great moment in there where you kind of get 3 or 4 of them on screen, and of course there's all smoke and dry ice and light and stuff, and they kind of stand up, and it looks really good.
I think it almost looks like Aliens. Some of the shots.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think Neil Marshall was paying homage to Aliens and things like
definitely.
Evil Dead and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
definitely. Yeah,
he was definitely influenced by a lot of those.
In fact,
films.
when the first films, I mean, a lot of the kind of faster moments in it, the action-y moments, are filmed quite. I don't know how they do the effect, but they're quite quick.
Yeah,
everything's filmed very fast, and then they kind of chuck in. Kind of spurts of like wolves, kind of humanoid wolves running through the undergrowth. But it's actually done really well. I think it looks really good. It's very effective.
Yeah, I mean, for a low budget, it's the practical effects I thought were really good, and the suits.
Oh, they're great.
They look great.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think there's any transformations, is there? Not American Werewolf style. But
no, you get a couple of they put their head down and they look up and their eyes are yellow and their teeth are fangs and stuff like that. But and then they kind of duck behind sofas and then they turn into these massive wolves.
You can forgive it because that kind of stuff is expensive to do.
Yeah,
so
of course.
You can forgive.
And it's
that.
not really. I suppose it's not supposed to be it's not about a guy who becomes a wolf. It's just
it's about the soldiers, and the enemy happens to be werewolves.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but it's great fun. I saw it when it first came out years and years ago. And I really enjoyed it, and I've seen it quite a lot over the last 20 years or so, and I think it still holds up. It still looks really good today. It's like I said, it's got a great cast, and there's some great moments between those guys, and it's very funny, and it's quite touching at times as well. There's a very funny moment with a dog and Sean Pertwee, which always made me laugh. Won't say what, because that might give it away, but it's very funny. It's just it's a good low budget British horror film at the end of the day, and if you haven't seen it, I recommend going and seeing it because it's not like that, it's not terrifying, it's not that kind of horror film. It's just if you like if you want a bit of fun and bit of gore and want some there's actually quite a bit of gore in there. There's lots of blood. Yeah, actually. In fact, I think this was one that I think we said before we did a short film few years, well, quite a while ago, and this was definitely one that inspired me to do something like that. You know, lots of blood and entrails, and people dying, horrible deaths. So, which at that point in my life I was watching a lot of, maybe not so much of nowadays, but yeah, back in when I was early 20s, teenager, I liked a lot of blood in my films, people being ripped apart. Lovely child. I was. So but if you haven't seen this one, I would recommend going to track it down. If you like things like Aliens, The Thing, any of those great 80s movies, and you haven't seen this one, then I would recommend checking it out. It's not entirely original, but it's just a lot of fun. It's really good. Do you have it? Do you have it on DVD?
Yeah, I've got the DVD, which I bought years ago when it first came out. And it's got some features on it and that. So yeah, it's because it's not particularly unknown. It's not hard to pick up.
You have a slipcase. I just had a
I
normal
do. I can't remember what. Do you remember the shop MVC?
Yeah.
I think that came
Some
from
music
there.
as well.
Yeah. I mean, they went bust years ago.
Right.
I think I got it there. They sometimes got exclusive things.
Right. Yeah. We got some. I don't remember if mine had any.
It was exactly the same disc, just in a different case. Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, there is a Blu-ray, not in this country, but in the US, Scream Factory released it. I think about 2015. I think, but they couldn't find the original negative, so the quality's not great. Not a huge amount better than the DVD, to be honest. But in the intervening years, the negative has been found, and a German release just came out 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's on a 4K disc as well, remastered. Although I haven't got it, but I've read some stuff about it, and apparently it could still do with a little bit of improvement. So whether somebody like Arrow or something like that will pick it up and release it in the UK, hopefully.
Yeah, it would be nice to see someone like that do it. I imagine Arrow would be the perfect candidates to do that.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows, indeed. If we have a new resurgence of werewolves instead of zombies, maybe...
Well, I think it's always been sort of underserved, the werewolf genre. I think that vampires get far too many films made.
Yeah, but even then you don't get as many vampires anymore. Zombies get too many
zombies,
films.
yeah.
It's always zombie.
But there's always a new vampire film every few years. And,
I guess so, yeah. The werewolf, I mean, obviously... American Werewolf, Howling. There's Silver Bullet, which is a great one with
Wolfen.
Gary Busey and Corey Haim.
Yeah,
it's good. It's a pretty good one.
Ginger Snaps,
yeah. And obviously go back to the classic Universal monsters. You've got the Wolfman.
Oh, and they did remake that a few years ago, didn't they? With Benicio del Toro.
I never saw that one.
It was all right, but I don't know. I think they were probably going for a Bram Stoker's Dracula kind of vibe, but it didn't really work.
Right. I've always actually wanted them to do a little similar to like Interview with a Vampire, but with a werewolf.
Yeah.
So kind of interview with a werewolf.
I guess the problem is that once they're a werewolf, they don't stand around chatting, do they? Or seducing ladies.
they turn. I mean,
they just want to eat people. That's it.
That's the thing. The werewolf has the kind of loses the mind. Well, it's the whole lunatic thing, isn't it? It's the the moon and lunacy and all that, and it becomes
we need to introduce some sort of talking werewolf. Must be one in a film somewhere.
Probably. Yeah, but that wouldn't be as exciting, would it? Hello, I'm a talking werewolf. I might kill you, but I might still have my feelings.
I might talk you to death.
I might, yeah. It's not gonna. No,
that's a bad idea.
I think so. Yeah, so I'm sure there are some great werewolf movies. Obviously, maybe stick your favourite werewolf movie. Down in the comments and recommend us some that we maybe don't know. I imagine American Werewolf would probably top the list there because it's probably one of the most famous.
In London, though, not Paris.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, none of that Paris werewolf stuff. No. Thank you very much. Yeah, definitely and then obviously Howling would probably be number 2. Yeah. I would put Dog Soldiers number 3 because I think it's,
and then I think Ginger Snaps. I've got a soft spot for Ginger Snaps.
Yeah, I've seen it once, but haven't seen it more than that. But it's quite a good one, I think. And that was Dog Soldiers. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, then let us know in the comments below.
Yep, hit that subscribe button up there if you've enjoyed what you've watched. There's some other videos to check out over there. Come and join us on Twitter and Facebook, and come back next week for another video.